Oh boy. So as I wait for Dewey's call, I do want to look. I know I said in the last video I made about the fact that this was going to be the last time I ever talk about, you know, where I stand with the Nutbwallers, as it pertains to just a lot that's going on, and especially after what transpired this week and yada yada. you know we all get that. It's just now I want to, like, I just want to discuss this from a standpoint of, the fact that from what this group once had, and I'm talking about this from after the first group text incident last year, that it still had hope. I even said it, right after that group text incident. I still had hope for this group. Not that I sounded very, very confident then, but I still believed that this group was still going to get together, right? Everything is going to go back to the way it used to be, at least to what it was like the last couple of years. I still had hope despite the first group text incident. Now, after all that's happened this week, last week, the week before that, the second group text incident, you expect me to believe that I believe that there's still hope with this group? Huh. You already know whose fault that is. If you're talking about the founder and the leader of this entire franchise, the entire organization, you're talking about the leader, and the leader is usually the one to get the lion's share of the blame, right? So it's obvious whose fault that is. The person that got this group together, that got this special bond going, the moments, the many moments, especially in groups, going all the way back to 2013, man. So that person, that leader, is obviously responsible. Of course, that's me. Am I the leader of the group? Yes. I'm the one that caused all this damage, dude. And now look what's happened. Now it's coming to a point where the trust is, I really hate to say it, but I just hope that I'm wrong. I don't want to even go as far as to saying that. I don't want to go as far as to saying that the trust is broken, but now it's like, after what transpired in the first and now the second group text incident, it's like these relationships between some of us have not been the same. They haven't. And it's now with me, it's like it's becoming more to the point now where the group is just seemingly crumbling. And I even hate to say that because of what transpired. It's not just this week, the past few weeks, and even the times before the second group text incident, and even right after. So, it just sucks to just see that now, from what I believe that there's still hope in this group, is now for me to believe that there's just more uncertainty than there is hope. Now, when I say uncertainty, I'm not saying that like it's gonna be, like for good, like to see this entire group break up. I always feared that this group is gonna break up, and like, every time I've said it, like I always say it like I'm in panic mode, that this group is gonna break up. This group is gonna break up. After all that's happened, especially with all my beast mode rants, and I just really hate to see this kind of special, connection that we have, especially these kind of special relationships that we have in this group. I look, I should be blessed to have a group like this, because I don't think there's any other group that can have this kind of special bond like we have. Even the guys from the past, like Chris and Tristan, guys like them who have really been a part of it. Even though, for Tristan, it was, I want to say, like short-lived, but he lasted for like several years until he took that leave of absence in 2014. So, he had some moments as well, especially with the group. But obviously he's moved on to different things, and obviously he's in Seattle now, right? So, I mean, who knows what's happened with him? But I'm just saying, like, he was part of this group, and we even got other guys along for the ride, and then some were really short-lived, like Bobby and once upon a time Alexis, and I know Anastasia and Cecilia claim to be part of it, but I just think like the main guys have just been what we pretty much had like for the past decade, and it's just now like I'm just really seeing this group is like, I mean, well, like now the future for this group is just uncertain. And look, I mean, do I really believe there's still going to be hope? That's going to be up to me. And, for the most part, the betterment of my mental health, that will determine the future of the Nutbwallers, right? So after what's transpired, look, I'm going to say it again. I feel like I reconnected with just everyone too soon, my entire friend circle, especially these guys. And I mean, I know that it was like 4 months, and I thought that in June I thought I was gonna be all right, and while still being this dump and doing my best to just engage in the mental help that I'm getting, but unfortunately it has not been so much of the case. It's been a struggle for me, to have a much better understanding of what I'm going through the process of in my mental health. So it's to a point where like I just feel like I just had to regret just coming back way too soon. I mean, I could have just put the notice on everyone in that group and saying, hey, especially after like a couple moments where those beast mode rants that I made, I could have just told them, hey, I'm not mentally ready yet to just socialize with friends, and I'm sure they would understand. I mean, a lot of these guys said take your time, and I should have done it, but unfortunately it's too late. The damage has been done. I pretty much forced myself to stick around, and it's gotten to a point now where it's like, I mean, now I'm the one that just made the future of this group uncertain. And now, I mean, from what most of these guys are thinking, it's like it's become a problem with the trust factor. So it is what it is after what's happened. I made the wrong decision to just stick around for too long. I like I said, I should have just taken the notice a lot sooner, and to let them know, hey, I don't want to talk yet still. You know what I'm saying? So damage has been done, dude. It is what it is. And the future of this group now, while it is uncertain, it's gonna depend on me at this point to just solve a lot of these issues, these ongoing issues that have broken up this group, the vibe of it and all that. So that's going to be up to me. I know I've been saying a new job is going to make me a better person, which I still hold to this day. And it is what it is at this point. So I mean, I really don't want to say this group is going to break up, but right now the uncertainty is just further and further evident after what transpired this week and in the past few weeks, especially the second group text incident. So I'm under the impression that the longer this keeps up, like, I may see this group just fall apart for real. I hate to even say that for the life of me, but for as long as I've had this group, especially since I was the founder in 2005, just having constructed it, and of all these special bonds with one another, and especially guys like Russ who love being in that group, guys like Dewey who really love being a part of, engaging in so much friendship activity. I mean, I'm very much appreciate guys like them who really just I think these guys are pretty much, at this point to see the group just be alive. They're the ones who are gonna pretty much keep this group afloat. They're the ones that who have the most passion and when it comes to friendship activities and all that. So it's great for guys like them, to stick around and really care for this group as much as I do. I know I have not showed so much care and passion the same way that I did in the past. And that's because, with all these things that I'm dealing with, the two dilemmas, one of them obviously is my dump that I don't want to, I've already reasoned enough as to why my dump has just completely destroyed me mentally. But, for the sake of this conversation, as far as the Nutbwallers goes, I really don't want to see this group break up. But, that's going to be on me to just really get myself together and, just hoping that, once I do get a new job, I'm going to say it again, is that it's going to help with my mental health a lot better. Things are going to get smoother in that sense, and maybe then, once they see me all better, like permanently, then the group will come back to where I said there was hope, and even stronger hope than it was when I predicted it after the first group text incident. So, it's going to come down to that, and I've been more than happy to just really see the group function the way it was before. The vibes that we used to have, with one another and all that. But until then, like I can't really see that happening where there is hope anymore, because once again the damage is done. Once again, I'm responsible for all the damage. So I just have to accept what it is, and it's here we are. So I mean, the Nutbwallers as it is right now, it's like in major struggle mode. But of course, I'm not going to give up. I know it's easy to say that right now because I'm not in my dump, and I hate that as I'm in my dump, unfortunately I'm never going to be the person that I am, considering that I'm there and really close to my 13th year. So for me, I know what I got to work on, and it's only going to take more job hunting for me, and that once I do get to where I'm at with a new job, then I can proudly say, hey, I'm already getting better, and I already moved on, and I want this group to just go back to what it used to be, and I'll be more than happy to just reconnect with these guys a lot stronger than before. So I just thought I'd give my thoughts on this, and for the fact that for once upon a time there was hope, and now it's become to a point where there is more uncertainty than hope. However, I am not giving up on this group. I know I still believe, but right now there's more uncertainty than there is hope. So again, that's going to be on me to fix the group, and when I'm mentally better, with a new job, then yeah, for sure. I mean, the future will be much brighter than ever. I'm going to see myself happy again, joyful, especially with the mental health that I'm going through. I think it's going to help me, strengthen myself, and really just know that I've moved on with my life. And, with a new job, regardless of what the problems are, it's never going to be the problems that this dump ever has, like that's annoyed me to a fault. So, I'm just, I'm under an impression that when I already have a new job, my life is already going to get much better. I'm going to be much better. And when that happens, that's going to make this group that much better. So I'm just really holding on to hope for myself that I will get a new job, and that, once all is done, then I think I can really see a future for this group again. So until then, I mean, I gotta fix myself first, point blank, period. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.